and my hair. I suppose that's the downside of doing videos this way is I can see everything from a specific angle, and most specifically the things that make me go eek. So hello, welcome to today's happiness practice. Today's happiness practice is using my gifts. And I just want to also say a little bit about it. I am never quite sure what I'm going to say when I do these live videos. I am used to when I do readings and give advice for customer service. I am used to allowing a certain amount of openness, intuition, channeling to flow through me and connection with the person I'm talking to creates a flow of which track it needs to be on. So when it is a situation like this where I am technically talking to myself, talking about what I am going through, and I do not have a lot of practice in expressing what's really going on in here, that has been something less easy for me than talking about other people or to other people. I'm never quite sure what's actually going to come up. So, just so you know, it is unscripted. And probably an example of how my thoughts actually run. And this leads to here and that leads to there, which is why I love typing, because typing can get that first thought out almost all the way before the next thought runs in. Whereas handwriting, I tend to lose the 3 or 4 thoughts that were really cool down the line because I'm still trying to remember how to spell when. So back to me, the other me, using my gifts. I just finished the weekend seminar online of Kyle Cease. I've learned that is how his name is pronounced, Cease. The limitation game, it was very good. Of course, timely. It was interesting to see what some of my triggers were about time itself, about speaking, about having permission to speak for a length of time. And of course, yesterday's big, amazing, I get to do it my way and figuring out or connecting with what my way is, the current truth of it. And it did reinforce or help reconnect me to some basic happiness beliefs about being in my center and breathing, and that it is the feeling, the information from center, not the information from the brain. The brain is the processor. The brain goes on, and he gave some very good reasons, examples, things to help put brain work in perspective. And from that, what do you want to do? What feels right to do? What does the body feel like doing? What does the heart say? Was his one of his things. What does your heart say, as opposed to what does the head say? My brain says this, but my heart, me, knows this. And I came up with, revealed, unveiled, reconnected with, I like to use my gifts. I like to be creative with which I'm sure we know. But creativity, my creativity, is not just writing the big book and getting it published and getting it out there, or setting up the happiness project and all the videos. And my gifts are spontaneous also. My gifts are great for spur of the moment, for breaking into song or breaking into dance, or those quick, silly poems, or the long 5-minute dissertation on why you are amazing. I enjoy the making the newsletters and making cards. One of my clients, some of the work I did for her was make cards, and that was so awesome. It was really just a short project, and it used creativity, and it didn't use everything, but I got to search out different ways and use color and words, and it was really cool. So I get to use my gifts. That is today's practice. And I don't have to figure out how do I incorporate that into my business so that it can be, because I'm letting that go for the moment. It is not the how, which I think was actually one of his things. How does this work? Which has also been something my friend and I have been working on. It's one of her favorites. Actually, we don't need to know how. We just need to say, this is what I have. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do with it. This happiness is what I want to feel. What are the possibilities? And then try the different ones that pop up. See what works. There is no right or wrong. Also, another theme in his, be willing to do it wrong. So I have these gifts. I want to share them. So that's what I'm going to play with today. In fact, that's part of my morning ritual. I use my gifts. I play with my gifts. You'll notice I work with my gifts. Though, work, I'm learning to change my perception on that. But I play with my gifts. I play. There is no right or wrong in play. So that is today's happiness practice. I'm going to play with my gifts. And if you would like to comment, let me know what your gifts, what you're playing with. I would love to hear it. I realized the downside of doing a webinar is that there is no interaction with the other people going through the same process. There is no exchange of ideas. There is no connections. There is no, I know exactly what you mean. So if you wish to tell someone about the gifts that you're playing with or how you're accessing them, please make a comment. I don't know that I will respond. Somebody else may read it too. But feel free to play. Thank you very much. And I hope we all have a great day.